Hey guys, what's going on? So, this is a very weird video to be making, but I think it's necessary in the same kind of content. This is the same kind of content that I like doing. It's just like theory crafting about this game and trying to help you make decisions where I would fall into pitfalls, and I understand. Like, I think about the pitfall that I fell into, and I like analyze like why that was a thing. Like, why was this a bad decision? And so here it is. So when you start this game, all you want are legendaries. You want, all the legendaries, you want all the best things, right? And your goal is to just max legendary so that you have all the best things at all the max levels, right? As you progress through this game, what you'll start to realize is that you should be maxing support cards before you should max your first DPS legendary, whatever that card is. Max out your first DPS legendary, but after that, the thing that you should focus on is maxing support cards, because essentially what this game is, it is a PvP based game, and whether you're talking about PvP ladder or PvP, this is a bug and it's the most annoying thing. Whether you're talking about the PvP ladder, in order to get all of the 5225, to struggle to get the 6225, and then if you can, getting the 6920 every season, that's 3 extra legendaries. And those are the milestones that you should push towards. And to do that, you are going to have to play PvP. And then in tournament, to help out your team, it is essentially PvP. And so you want to do better in that as well. When you max out your first DPS legendary, if you continue to max out other DPS legendaries, unless the other one that you max out is better than your current one, if you max out another DPS legendary as opposed to maxing out your supports, your Harlequins, or I'll go to this one, your Night Statue, your Dryads, your Scrappers when it gets talents, like your Witches, your Enchant Sword. If you decide to just continue maxing out other DPS legendaries, and those are significantly worse than your current one that you're using, it's not adding anything of value to your deck. So right now, I have a Max Blade Dancer, and I upgraded that because I got Max Spirit Master. Now, I obtained 9 crystals, and my original plan was as soon as I get another Inquisitor, because all I needed was a 3rd Inquisitor, I would max out my Inquisitor. And that was originally what my video was going to be. And then I slept on it, and I thought about it, and that would be the worst decision. Because if I max out this Inquisitor, yes, it's the flashier decision. It's the cool, like, oh, look at me, I have like a Max Blade Dancer, Max Inquisitor, Max Spirit Master, right? But you're not using any of all of that in one deck. You're just using whatever your best DPS unit is. And for me right now, because I don't have a high level clock, I think I have a level 9 clock. For me right now, Spirit Master is probably my best damage dealer. I don't think Light Inquisitor pushes further than a Spirit Master. I suppose you could probably use a Dark Inquisitor with maybe Sharpshooter, but I do think that that Spirit Master pushes harder than an Inquisitor. And that's basically the question that you have to ask yourself if you're going to max out another DPS. Because if you max out another DPS and you never use it, what are you doing? That you maxed out something, you used up 9 crystals, it takes a very long time to acquire, and you're not adding anything to your current DPS deck that you are trying to win more and more games with so that you can climb the ladder. I thought about this overnight, and I'm pretty positive leveling up my Dryad is the best decision here. And so I'm going to do that. I think that getting the poison fruit talent is the best option. I don't think that it's completely game changing, although Small Shamer would very much disagree with that. And I can see the benefits, but it is also another way of curing your units as well. And then because you're throwing, like if you're playing against Dark Inquisitor, it's actually the best thing against Dark Inquisitor. Because right before a Bedlam or something, or right before a problematic boss, you can throw poisonous fruit. You can time out your poisonous fruit, throw it at them, and then their shield will be gone, and then they might get hit by the boss. So in every single way, it's probably better to upgrade your support cards after you find a DPS unit that is your best DPS unit. Obviously, if you get, if my choice was, upgrade a max, or upgrade a Dryad to 13 or a Riding Hood to max, you probably, you do the Riding Hood to max, and then you just start using that as your new DPS unit. But because I have a very strong DPS unit, I'm pretty sure the correct choice of upgrades would be the supports for that deck. Obviously, Scrapper is going to get talents. My next 9 crystals that I get, I'm probably going to upgrade this. And that's not ever to say that I'm not going to upgrade my Inquisitor. My Inquisitor is done. All I need are 9 crystals. Literally every single Inquisitor, you're still in the same position. If your argument is that, you should upgrade your Inquisitor because everything else after that is a crystal, everything after this is a crystal. When I get a 4th Inquisitor, I can automatically crystal it, and you're in the same position. You have less crit, but then you also obtained crit because you upgraded something that was useful to your deck. And this game has gotten to the point where you can't just upgrade your DPS card. You have to upgrade all of your supports as well, because all of your supports are doing more for your DPS card. Originally, when Dryad was just a Dryad and it was just adding crit, there was no real reason specifically to upgrade Dryads. But now that Dryads and Enchant Swords and Witches, now that they all do other things, they have talents that do more and more things, it's beneficial to upgrade a Summoner to 13, a Summoner to 15, as opposed to upgrading a Blade Dancer, and then a Cultist, and then an Inquisitor, and then all of your DPS cards. You can't run all of your DPS cards in one deck, so there's no real reason to max out all of your DPS cards if you haven't already upgraded your support cards. Because you will need 4 support cards in your deck, and you can only run 1 DPS card. And so that's my suggestion to you. Whenever you are going to upgrade, if you're thinking about maxing out yet another DPS card, look at your support cards and look at the levels of what the rest of your deck is. Because if your new DPS card that you just maxed out isn't better than your current one, then it's literally just you're literally just doing it for the plus 15% crit.